want to show you the particulars as our starting grid will roll across the top of the screen. Once again, James Busher and Ryan Blaney will make up row number 1. Let's look at the numbers of Canadian Tire Motorsport Park.
The important thing is 10 turns. I was talking to Max Papis this morning. He said, I haven't yet got all 10 corners right on the same lap. He said, I might mess up one this lap, a different one that lap. He said, James must have got all 10 right for that pole speed.
You know, they talked about it's hard to pass, but you ask different drivers where they think passing zones are. They give you about 8 of them, so there's got to be ways to pass.
Look at the race analysis here. The pit window between 20 and 27 laps, but once again, that's backing it up from the checkered flag.
Yeah, this is a 64-lap race, and I think these guys will try to come to pit road around lap 30 with 30 to go, around lap 34, so they can stretch that gas to the end and have that track position.
You know, I was talking to some of the crew chiefs, and they said, you know, with enough caution laps, you could probably stretch this thing and make it on one stop. He said, I'm not sure anyone's going to do that, but I think you really could.
It's not outside the question for sure.
Rick, you know, 31 times in this series we've seen a last lap pass for the win. 3 times it's happened on a road course, and today that pass may happen right here behind me. I'm right at turns 10 and 11 as they get ready to go down this front straightaway, only about 300 feet to the finish line. And I'm telling you right here, there might be a last lap pass, but if you want to get a good pass, you might do it on pit road. Right, Hermie?
Well, you're right, Ray. We've talked all pre-race show about how difficult things are going to be on the racetrack. Well, that's just the beginning. This pit road is different. The driver drives down the pit road and has to turn right to get in this pit box. You can't see really the right front corner of the truck. You cannot get too close to pit wall. You will cause your team some problems. The pit crew has to work backwards to get a good pit stop and get off pit road. And then on top of all that, when you leave pit road and head down to the exit, a downhill grade, downhill to get back on the racetrack. Watch for a potential speeding penalty today on pit road. Rick?
Right on lap.
Rick, give you a quick update on that Hawk number 6. Mike Skeen in his truck is having radio issues. He is not able to communicate back to the pit road. He can hear what they're saying, but they cannot hear him. So obviously you want to have great communication to be able to talk about what you're doing with your truck and adjustments they might want to make. Right now, there is no communication back to the crew from Mike Skeen, who will roll off third.
Ron Hornaday, the only driver in the field that has been in a truck on a road course. Rick Crawford with the most starts, 336.
Will be tied today.
Hornaday will tie that as far as all-time starts. And another name that's going to be coming up into that rank, obviously, will be Matt Crafton, who's the most consecutive starts in the Truck Series. Field now in the hands of James Busher. Won the pole yesterday. He brings the field to the green flag for the first time in Canada. The Camping World Truck Series. Green flag in the air. Busher chose the inside line to get into that right-hander. The first turn here at Canada Tire Motorsports Park.
You see there's a blind corner going here to turn number 2. These guys have to make their decision on when they brake before they even see the corner.
That always makes it interesting, huh, Phil?
Sure does.
But it looks as though they're going to be able to make it through that turn 2 and up through turn 3.
3 wide back there. Somebody ducked to the inside of Matt Crafton.
See Darrell Wallace Jr., who is up on the curb. That's something you're going to see all day long. There's a lot of places, like you said, you turn into the corner before you can really see it, and you'll get on those curves.
Now tricky number 5.
45 miles an hour into this corner.
Oh, and about 30 seconds later, you're on 170 at the end of this straightaway.
Ready straightaway now. It's James Busher out in front of Ryan Blaney. They're nose to tail as they head up and ready straightaway.
These guys can go too wide here up this long straightaway against speed upward of 170 miles an hour. There's Timothy Peters right there, that red and white truck side by side with Ron Hornaday.
And you know, it's interesting to listen to some of the guys, Phil. They think drafting could be a big play on this back straightaway. We've seen trucks span out 3-4 wide at Pocono on that straightaway. This straightaway is about as long, and so maybe we can see some drafting coming into effect.
Busher makes the pass. Here comes Chase Elliott looking to the inside of Blaney for second.
Chase got a great run off turn number 10. That opened up that inside for him. He got by Ryan Blaney in the 29 truck.
How about that kid? That's just a classic road course pass right there. What's he know about road racing? He hadn't done much of that, but what a great job Chase did. Got that run off the corner and easily cleared Blaney.
In the 6 of Mike Skeen, making his first ever Camping World Truck Series start, runs in the 4th spot, just behind the 29 of Blaney.
See, Chase looks to the inside of Busher. Chase got another run off of turn 10, made the pass for the lead.
Chase is using the run from turn 10 to turn 1 to make his moves. He's moved to the front of the field now. Out of the gas right there at the bridge, the crossover bridge. And around goes the 07 of Carl Long. We'll see if that becomes just a local caution or a full course caution. Looks as though he's got it running.
Yeah, I think that's the tail end of the field, so they know they have some time before anybody else comes along.
That's that tricky turn 5.
Someone decides they'll move you out of the way.
See, Chase Elliott now has opened up a little bit over a second lead. Timothy Peters is around.
Timothy Peters, that's turn 5, coming out of turn number 5. Got around, getting back into the gas. We talk about how important going up that hill and getting that speed is. Here we go. Ryan Blaney has decided that they will pit on lap number 6, right on lap.
And he's in pit stall 34. This will be just a quick splash of fuel only. You want to get that thing filled up with Sunoco. No tire change at all. And keep in mind, he's got a long way to go down. Stalled it just a little bit, but they've got fuel here early on.
And a caution is out right now. That just is perfect for Ryan Blaney.
Full course caution. It's the 8 of Max Gresham. Gresham actually backed into the tires 2 days ago during practice. They had to tear pretty much the whole back end of that truck off and put it back on.
Maybe an ignition issue, or could have been an engine problem. See, Johnny Sauter had also made his way to pit road. Not sure if Johnny got on pit road
before the
caution came out.
Chase Elliott, our race leader, has decided that he's going to stay on the track. James Busher as well staying out. Now let's go to pit road and Ray Dunlap.
Well, Mike Skeen will come to the pit road, and that was in their regular idea. They had hoped to come in right about now. I noticed that Chase Elliott stayed out on the racetrack. His crew chief told me they weren't planning on coming till about lap 15, so they're going to get plenty of fuel in for the 6 truck, and they are doing left side tires. Hermie?
Yeah, Ray, the 3 truck of Ty Dillon on pit road. He is getting fuel only. He's been a little bit snug on the right-handers. A small chassis adjustment and fuel only for the 3. He's the first off this end of pit road, followed by the 77, the 54, Bubba Wallace, the 88, a little bit lengthier pit stop as he's putting tires on the 88.
Green flag back in the air from Canada, and out in front, Chase Elliott, James Busher, Miguel Paludo, your top 3.
Ryan Blaney that we saw pitted under green right before the caution came out. He's already up into the top 10.
Side by side with his teammate now, that 29.
19 of Ross Chastain.
Look at our point leader mired back in that heavy traffic. We asked Matt at the beginning, was this a wild card for him? He said he thinks so. This is some tense time for that team right now.
Johnny Sauter on the left of your screen on pit road.
See, they have the trunk open on that truck. We saw Johnny get to pit road right as the caution was coming out. But then this definitely unscheduled here. I wonder if it's a fuel issue. I wonder if they're looking at the mechanical fuel pump that's in the trunk of these cars.
And into the tire barriers hard, the 18 of Joey Coulter.
Those tire barriers do such a fine job cushioning the blow, but man, do they destroy a body on these vehicles. Let's see how much damage the 18 of Joey Coulter has when we get a look at it.
Now he's coming through 9. A lot of smoke rolling out from the right side.
Let's take a look at what happens to Joey. It looked like he just got a little bit wide, got off that newer asphalt.
And that's an 8. That's where you're going your fastest.
Oh, look how far that truck goes in there.
Update on the 98, Ray. It is a fuel issue for Johnny Sauter. Obviously, they had just been on pit road to put fuel in this truck, so it's not a matter of fuel in the fuel cell, but the fuel is not getting to the carburetor. These guys are frantically at work trying to figure out exactly what's going on, but they are not getting fuel to the engine. On the 98, we'll update you as soon as we know if they find the problem.
So Skeen trying to get by that 77. Oh, a little bobble there by Herman, and around goes Skeen in turn 1.
Got to beat him down to turn number 2 here. Remember, Quiorga's going to be on the inside. He is able to hold that spot.
We'll see if he positions himself in the right place as they go through 9 and come into 10. He goes to the inside. He's going to take the spot away as they go through turn 10. Mike Skeen takes it away from Ron Quiorga. Here comes James Busher onto pit road. Hermie.
James Busher makes his way down pit road. He has been tight off the left-handed corners, loose off the right-handed corners. They're going to come in, not talking about any tires, but take a little bit of fuel and make a chassis adjustment for the 31.
Hermie.
Yeah, guys, want to update you. The 98, a fuel pump issue. They replaced the fuel pump, the cable-driven fuel pump in the back of the truck and got him back on the racetrack, but obviously Johnny Sauter has lost a lot of time on this racetrack and will not get a good finish today. It seems like little mechanical gremlins are biting the 98 truck. I bet every other week, so these guys are very disappointed, but he is back on the racetrack.
Here's your race leader going through turn 5.
Oh, spinners.
Around goes the 60. So Dakota Armstrong turned around.
John West Townley also was spun around. Those two trucks got together.
That's in turn 5.
Probably trying to battle for position to get off that turn 5 and run down that long Andretti straightaway.
Right down here in the Moss corner.
Speaking of problems, the 4 of Jeb Burton off the track. What's going on there, Hermie?
Well, Rick, you know, he came into this race 3rd in points. It is a transmission change for the 4 truck of Jeb Burton. You see his crew chief, Mike Hillman Jr., and crew underneath the truck. They're going to replace the transmission and get him back on the racetrack, but a big points hit for Jeb Burton, but it's a transmission issue for the 4.
Yeah, Jeb Burton was 53 points out of the lead. Matt Crafton had a 53-point advantage on Jeb. Ty Dillon came to pit road on lap 8. Ryan Blaney came, actually he was one of the drivers that came under green before the caution came out. He came on lap 6. Now Ty Dillon looking to the inside, trying to take the position away from Blaney.
He does it. Nice move. Hadn't seen a pass there all day.
And so now Ty Dillon has taken the spot away. Blaney decides to come to pit road.
Yeah, this is early. There's no way. I think maybe his tires, we talked about it, that they didn't run that long on these tires. And Ray, maybe the tires have gone off on that 29.
Yeah, he said it was starting to feel a little mushy too, and he said he didn't like it in the right-handers so much, so they decided to go with tires here, putting fuel on it. They'll do 4 for this Cooper Standard Ford, and it changes strategy for sure, guys. They're now at lap 27, but still have to come to pit road one more time, right?
That's correct.
Certainly, and the interesting thing is we saw Dillon's truck much stronger on his older tires, so Ty's truck's handling better. He's going to be able to take advantage of his strategy and run this thing out.
Betting on pit road, and the 98 once again slow on the track. That is on Andretti straightaway. He's not going to be able to keep it going. That might bring out another full course caution.
He is dead in the water is what he is right there. That definitely will bring out a full course caution. Again, give the advantage to all the guys that have been to pit road here in the last few laps.
Caution's not out yet.
And he's rolling again.
He got it refired
He's
somehow.
under power. So it doesn't go to a full course caution. We stay green.
Boy, the NASCAR officials did an outstanding job as we watched the South Point Chevy of Brennan Gaughan come to pit road by holding off that caution flag to give him a chance to get it going. It looks like they did. Ryan Blaney right there in the 29 truck. Right now he's being shown in the 11th spot, Ray.
And when he came in, Phil, on lap 27, it was because he felt a big vibration. They thought maybe they had a tire problem. Changed those 4 tires on that Cooper Standard Ford, but he said it is not any better. Shaking the steering wheel right out of his hands. They're worried that maybe it's a brake rotor issue. And his crew chief, Doug Randolph, has said they're not quite sure what the problem is, but they may have to pit again. He's hoping they can ride it out, but a bad vibration for 29.
Oh, goodness, Rick. Oh, goodness.
Imagine that, a full course caution.
Yeah, right here, right just about at the time when these guys could stretch it, as we see Jennifer Jo Cobb's truck is stalled here. I believe that's the exit of turn 1. No, she made it on around between 2 and 3.
Yep.
I saw her slow on the front straightaway, and I think that's as far as her truck was able to get.
They're making their way onto pit road. Again, Ty Dillon leading the race. The 6 of Mike Skeen running second. Ray Dunlap.
Mike Skeen lost a lot of time there, guys. He should have been right up on the bumper of that 3, and they told him, keep your truck a little further away from the wall. These pit stalls are only about 12 feet wide. They're going to go with 4 tires and fuel on this Hawk Brake Chevrolet. He said the truck is very, very neutral, pretty happy. How about the 3, Hermie?
Well, Ray, they had the computer burning up in the 3 pit. They wanted to wait until lap 36 to come to pit road for tires and fuel, but they take advantage of this caution. No adjustments to the truck. They like that. As you can see, getting it packed full of fuel. They will be very, very close making it to the end.
Ooh, he beats Chase Elliott off pit road. There you see the first truck off is Ty Dillon.
And it doesn't look like a good stop for Mike Skeen. He comes off in 4th, losing 2 spots.
Yeah, 2 tires for the 94. Lance McGrew listened to us and said, let's put, we have to top it off with fuel anyway. Might as well put left side tires on it.
Timothy Peters made up 8 spots on pit road. Out of turn number 10.
Ron Hornaday slipped up to the 6th spot.
Green flag back in the air. German Quiorga out in front. Max Papis. And Miguel Paludo running 2nd and 3rd.
A little bit of contact between Paludo in the 32 and Max in the 14.
Paludo gets 2nd. Papis drops back to 3rd. Darrell Wallace Jr. in 4th.
Peludo's been aggressive this whole race, Phil. He's really made some strong moves against other trucks. You can see him looking on the outside there. And now to the inside. Oh, he's locking him up.
Had to lock him up as he got into turn 3.
Remember now, German Quiorga has the same tires on. He pitted last on lap number 8, so a lot of laps on his tires.
Yeah, guys, Rick, he's coming to pit road this time. They had hoped to get one more lap out of this run, but Iman said the truck sputtered a little bit going up the hill at turn 5, so they are coming to pit road this time by for 4 tires and fuel and hope this strategy makes it to the end of the race.
So your race leader, German Quiorga, on pit road now. That hands it over to Miguel Peludo. He will be in front of the field as they go into turn 1.
Max Papis now up to the 2nd spot. Ty Dillon 3rd.
Look at Chase Elliott making his way on the inside of Darrell Wallace Jr. trying to make that pass. Wow, Wallace does a nice job on the outside through turn 1. You don't see that very often.
Darrell Wallace Jr. in front of the 94 of Chase Elliott. Working through turn 2. Elliott all the way past the rumble strips into that little runoff area.
As we watch the pit stop for German Quiorga, left side of your screen there. See him packing it full of fuel. Want to make sure they get every ounce. You see the gas man shaking his head. That means it's full.
Welcome back. We're under a full course caution once again. This time, one truck wasn't able to continue running. That's Alex Gannett in the 39 truck. He stopped just under the bridge right as you're entering the turn 2 left-hander. It's a blind one.
Looked like some smoke out of his exhaust pipes. Probably an engine problem for that number 39 Sport Check truck.
Yeah, tough break for Alex. He's doing a nice, credible job running up on the lead lap here, and anything could happen. Could have easily gotten maybe a top 10, top 15 finish. They don't need to. We know Miguel Peludo, the 32, is coming to pit road. You see, the 3 is committed. He stays on the racetrack.
Brendan Gaughan comes to pit road as well.
The 62 of Brendan Gaughan is going to give up the 4th spot. He'll make his way to pit road.
So that's our players. 2 of our players, the 32 of Miguel Peludo and Brendan Gaughan, come to pit road, Ray.
Brendan Gaughan's philosophy was, why not come in, because they're going to be an 8th or 10th place truck. You see Miguel Peludo in getting his tires changed on that Duraline Chevrolet. So both of these guys, Miguel was committed to it because of his strategy, but Brendan said, why not get some tires and maybe we can make a little run through the field. We're not good enough to win. Hermie?
Yeah, Jeff Hensley, the crew chief of Miguel Peludo in the 32, did not want to see that caution. Michael Waltrip in the booth, and the guys discussed, you stay on the racetrack till lap 50, you run the risk of a caution coming out. So this will hurt the track position of the 32. The 3, however, his crew chief Marcus Richmond says, we're right on the money. We're going to stay on the racetrack and try to get a victory.
Great track position right now, Hermie, for the number 29 of Ryan Blaney, but they have been fighting that truck. I talked earlier about a bad vibration. They found out that they had a collapsed A-frame on the left front. So Doug Randolph said nothing you can do about that. He just got to try to work through it. But still a vibration for that Cooper Standard Ford, but they've got great track position, currently running 4th.
Pace truck makes its way off of the track. That means the field back in the hands of Ty Dillon and Mike Skeen in row number 1 as they make their way through turn number 10. Looking down the front stretch. Green flag back in the air. We're back underway.
Keep an eye on Ross Chastain. See if he tries to jump inside. He does. He jumps inside of Mike Skeen.
Mike Skeen trying to hold that position as they go through turn number 1. And Chastain gets sideways as they come out of 1 and into 2.
That was a big break for Mike Skeen. He's able to get back ahead of Chastain and brings Chase Elliott along with him. Chase Elliott's been extremely fast in that 94 truck. He's going to look to the inside of Skeen.
Trying to get by him in 3. As they go through 3, that right-hander, they'll set up for turn number 4. Skeen still has 2nd. Chase Elliott running 3rd. Ty Dillon out front.
Right now, Chase Elliott racing the guy with probably the most road racing experience in this field here, other than Max Papis. How about this battle for the 4th spot? Ross Chastain, the 19th, and Chad Hockenbraugh.
Look at Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott side by side now with Mike Skeen.
Drag race up the Andretti straightaway. Chase Elliott in the 94 has the advantage over the 6 of Mike Skeen. Elliott's going to take that spot away as they go into turn 8.
Power move for Chase Elliott now. Let's see what he can do and try to chase down that 3 truck of Ty Dillon. We know Chase Elliott pitted on lap number 40. He should have easily enough fuel to get to the end. We're not too sure about Ty Dillon. Marcus Richmond thinks they do.
And Mike Skeen on that same pit strategy came in on lap 33.
I don't think right now that Chase Elliott has to worry about Mike Skeen anymore. He's been able to get by him. He's opened up about 3 truck lengths.
The 4th all-course caution has come out. And this time, once again, the 98 of Johnny Sauter. So full course caution comes out for Sauter. He stopped on that long Andretti straightaway.
Yeah, it's been about the 3rd time for Johnny. He was able to get it refired there a couple times to prevent the full course yellow from coming out. But unfortunately, it was after they had put the caution out, and then Johnny was able to get it refired.
And we just saw the 62 on pit road. What was going on, Ray?
Well, they've been in twice to put tires on, but this last time they came down, they noticed that there was a broken sway bar mount, so they had to run down to the garage to get parts and pieces. Brendan Gaughan really just pretty much limping around on the racetrack right now. Not going to have a good finish for the South Point Chevrolet.
Pace truck once again off the track. Field in the hands of Ty Dillon. Chase Elliott on his outside as they come out of turn number 10. 5 laps of racing to go. Who will end up in victory lane? Green flag back in the air. Chase Elliott, a great restart.
They're dead even, getting down to turn number 1. Chase stays there side by side with him, now tucks in behind him.
Mike Skeen got a good start that time. Chad Hockenbraugh in the 51 truck slides high, and Max Papis in that 14 tries to look underneath Hockenbraugh.
Max Papis trying to take the spot away from Blaney in the 29.
Remember, there's some guys back there, guys, with fresher tires.
Miguel Paludo, or Mount Quiorga, you see him on right there, the black and yellow, number 77, right behind the 54, Bubba Wallace.
We talked about the chance to bump into someone. You get yourself in a truck with better tires, you're going to be all over those other racers. These pickup trucks, they don't have fuel injections like the Cup cars. They got carburetors on top of the engines, and those things sometimes don't get all the fuel.
Around goes Ron Quiorga.
Let's see if he can, 5. If he can get it refired, that may not necessitate a caution flag. We stay green.
He has been able to keep it going. He's trying to get it going the right direction now.
And you talked about it, Michael. They got down to 45 miles an hour. It's just too tempting for someone to push people out of the way.
Yeah, and he was running in the 11th spot, battling for a position in the top 10, and wound up sideways instead and backwards.
A lot of distance between Mike Skeen and Max Papis as they enter 5. And now Papis, a great turn 5. Skeen got a little high. How will that take advantage of this uphill down Andretti straightaway?
Max Papis definitely gained ground on Skeen. Looks like a little bit of momentum coming here. Will he look to the inside at the end of Andretti?
See if he gets a little bit of a toe here down this back straightaway. He's looking to the inside, guys.
Is he going to cross over and go to the inside? He stays to the outside of Skeen. All the way through turn number 8. Now he goes up and catches the bumper of that 6. Right on the back bumper. Skeen gets moved out of the way. Here comes Papis in turn 10.
Mike's still right there on the inside. Look at the crossover for Max. He's going to get a good run down the straightaway. He's going to beat him down to turn 1.
Into turn number 1. Papis has the preferred line. Skeen trying to hang on to the position. That's a battle for 3rd. Papis is going to take it away from Skeen.
Nice job by Max.
Under 2 laps of racing to go. Ty Dillon now with just a 2 truck length lead over Chase Elliott.
There's no way Ty can save any fuel right now. The only saving he could do was under the caution flag. He has to use every bit of that to keep that 94 truck of Chase Elliott out of gas.
Out of gas for the 3. Ty Dillon saying out of gas. Mike Skeen on the same pit strategy. Here goes Chase Elliott. Trying to get up the hill will be Ty Dillon.
It's running out in the slow corners. It's got 8 pounds going up the hill.
Slow corners when that fuel gets away from the pickup. Especially in the left-hand corners. That's where he's most vulnerable. The pickup's over in that left rear corner.
And his crew chief just said, stay out, stay out, stay out. They only have 1 lap to go, just over 2.5 miles. He's going to see if he can stretch it.
We talked about strategy. Well, that's all out the window. It's just going for it now.
He's really going to be vulnerable to the left-handers. Here comes Chase Elliott. He's got a good run going.
White flag is out. One more time around. Chase Elliott looking to the inside.
We heard Ray Dunlap talk at the start of the show about last lap pass on road courses. We could see one here. Ty Dillon drives away, though, as they head toward 3.
That's that left-hander. That's where he would run out of fuel if he was going to run out.
And now as they go into turn number 3, that right-hander, he still has the advantage over Chase Elliott. Wiggling that truck. Could be a little loose, could be looking for fuel. Continues to wiggle the truck as they go into turn 4.
Another left-hander right here, turn 4.
Ty Dillon is at the furthest point away from the start-finish line right now. Can he hang on and stay in front of Chase Elliott? Up the long Andretti straightaway they go.
Chase has a run on him.
Here comes Elliott looking to the inside. Side by side for the lead. Elliott has the advantage, but they're door to door as they go up looking into turn number 8.
Elliott can slide up. Or excuse me,
Dillon still has the inside line. He stays in front of the 94. Chase Elliott right on his back bumper. Through turn number 9 they go. Ty Dillon with the advantage. Elliott right on his back bumper. Looking to the inside at 10. They make contact. Elliott spins the 3. The 3 into the tires. And Chase Elliott trying to hang on. Across the stripe he'll go. Elliott wins in Canada.
Mike Skeen has spun around. Max Papis around. Ryan Blaney as well.
Coming through turn 10. Hockenbrough unofficially second. Paluto is third.
Good job, Buzz. Good job.
What an incredible finish. Chase Elliott will grab his first career win in just his 6 starts. And he got into the back of that 3 of Ty Dillon in turn 10.
And there were 2 more wrecks after that initial wreck between. There's 2 guys right now, Mike Skeen and Max Papis. They were racing for the 3rd spot, which turned into the 2nd spot. They're not happy with each other.
Incredibly torn up trucks. Look at the right side of that 6 for Mike Skeen.
Yeah,
and the right side of the 14.
They had switched positions, Phil. We saw Skeen behind Papis the last time we saw the trucks. When they got to the 10th turn, Papis was ahead of, or excuse me, Skeen was ahead of Papis, and Papis hit him.
Crew's not happy. You see Ty Dillon in the 3, making his way back onto pit road. His crew trying to talk to the 94 crew.
They're not trying to talk, I don't.
I think there's going to be words. Mike Skeen in the 6 ends up 13th unofficially.
There's Quiorga and James Busher.
Not happy.
I think Quiorga wants to get out and talk to Busher, as you called it, Rick. Talk.
Chase Elliott working his way around the track. And Elliott has made his way all the way around the track and back onto the front stretch.
He's been so close this year. His worst finish in all his truck starts has been 6th. A bunch of top 5 finishes. Had a fast truck the entire weekend, Ray.
Yeah, guys, and I'm with Lance McGrew, the crew chief for Chase Elliott. You won your first truck race with Ricky Hendrick, and you got another great driver behind the wheel here. What did he say on the radio after that one was over?
Oh, he was just excited that he actually made it to the checkered flag. But I mean, I hate it. I hate to win races like that. I just do. I'm happy for him. He was fast enough to win. He just definitely deserved to win. The truck was great all weekend. He did a great job. He's a hell of a race car driver. He just is, and he's coming a long way. We're excited to be part of his career, but I still hate to win like that.
That's Lance McGrew. Chase Elliott gets his first win in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series.
Ram guts and glory. What an amazing finish. And take another look. Ty Dillon's not going to give him that line.
No, Chase was hard on the throttle. Drove it in hard into turn number 10. He got about halfway up on that truck. He does a great job maintaining control there as you see Ty get into the tire barrier.
Watch 3rd and 4th come spinning in here into the fence.
Skeen in the 6 slams into the fence.
Like I said, those 2 had changed spots. Skeen was leading Papis when they got to the last turn, and Papis hit him.
Elliott ultimately able to see the checkered flag for the first time in his career.
What about that Kyle Busch Motorsports truck of Hockenbrough getting that 2nd place finish?
Teams definitely not happy is the way that one finished, but the 94 team will be in victory lane when we come back. Back to the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, although some people might think it's a UFC fight after you see what some of the tempers have taken place since they've been able to get out of their trucks. Take a look at this situation.
James Busher gave Ron Hornaday a little shove, and that's just starting everything, guys.
There's German Quiorga also going to get by. Watch Hornaday jump, make it 3 wide here. Gets into Quiorga, turns him around, much like Chase Elliott turned Ty Dillon around.
We talked about you slow down to 45 miles an hour, somebody's going to get mad. And look how mad Armand is. He tried to go after those guys.
German Quiorga not happy.
Yeah, that's
We've
some of
got
the,
quite a few that aren't happy. Mike Skeen and Max Papis definitely not happy.
they've had a couple laps to ride around along with each other, talk to each other to show their displeasure.
So they tried to talk with helmets on. Then once the helmets came off, we'll take one other look at how the win happened. That was the 94 of Elliott getting into the 3. So Ty Dillon ends up the last on the lead lap, and he was able to stick his head inside the 94 to talk with Chase Elliott. And now let's hear from Ty Dillon with Hermie.
Ty Dillon leading, coming into turn 10 in the last lap, contact with you and Chase Elliott. Your thoughts?
I knew it was going to be a tough race then. We were out of gas. It sputtered down there in 5A and B, and I was doing all I could to hold him off, and we were playing through 8, and then he just gave up on trying to race and dumped me. And he ran through the field, wrecked 3 or 4 people. I mean, it just doesn't have any respect. He come in, I mean, it was going to be an awesome point save for us. And I was racing hard. But, man, you don't just go through the grass and wreck somebody. It's killed our truck, killed our day. It's just disappointing, man. You got to be smarter than that when you come in these races. You got to earn respect. So next time I hope he runs Iowa. He won't finish the race.
That's Ty Dillon. Ray?
Here comes Chase Elliott. He's going to jump out of this Aaron's Dream machine. In his 6th career start in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, he's been in the top 10 in every race. Today he's in victory lane with a crumpled up left front fender. Chase, congratulations. It's been an awesome year for you. You got your first ARCA Series win earlier this season and a big one today, but tell me about that last corner.
Well, we only had so many shots to win these things, and I really hate to win them like that. I really do. That's not how I race, and it's never been how I've raced before. But I had a shot. I was up next to Ty. I knew he was going to try to chop me off, and I tried to make up the difference. Like I said, I don't like to win like that. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Try to get a victory lane, and just can't thank everybody enough. Aaron's, HinderCars.com, everybody that supports me, Mom and Dad, God. It's everybody that's a part of my program, and just really looking forward to things to come.
What's coming up? You said things to come. What will that be for Chase Elliott? We know that Aaron's, the sponsorship, will not return to your program for next year.
Unfortunately, unfortunately we're not going to have Aaron's next year, but I'm very proud to have him on board this year. What we do have to come is we have 3 or 4 more truck races left and ARCA race at Kentucky. So we need to make the most of that, and hopefully we can get to victory lane a couple more times next year. We'll figure itself out.
All right, that's Chase Elliott in victory lane right here in the first time ever north of the border for the Camping World Trucks. Hermie?
Well, Max Papis not only was action up front, but you guys were racing top 5 as well. Contact on the last lap. What happened from your perspective?
I mean, the Sport Clip Chevy, was doing great. Thanks to everyone, Sport Clip, Chevrolet, KMC. We had a really good truck. We had a very good strategy. Running the top 5 when we had to do, and the 6 car, I knew was going to do something, not really sportsmanship, because that's what he did before. He was trying to bump me around in the wrong track, in the wrong corner, and he came in the last corner and just drilled us. And not only he put me in the grass, he put me against Ty. It was just a amateur move, and I got really upset with him. Didn't even have the courage of telling me what he had to do. So, I don't have time for guys like that. But overall, it was a great event. Really proud to be here at Mosport. Awesome show, and if you didn't like this, come back again.
Back to the booth. That's Max Papis.
Well, he has a smile on his face even after what happened in the last turn.
And most of the competitors are mad, but all the fans are happy. I mean, what an incredible weekend we've had in Canada.
And what a bullet Matt Crafton dodged here. He ended up with a top 10 finish here. He comes out with a 47-point lead. I think he was able to get by this one, again, just like he did Eldora.
14 straight top 10s, and we've seen that before. Max Papis has actually slapped another driver, but with a helmet on. We haven't seen it before like that.
We saw a little bit of everything.
We just saw it there. So
that young man is a good kid, hard racer. I think it's an unfortunate way to win your first race.
He had the inside line, but he really didn't have it enough where Ty wasn't going to give it up.
It's called the bonsai move there to the inside. There, Ty's coming back that way. So
there's a turn there.
Yeah. I know he hated to win that way, and I hated to see him win it that way.
Chase Elliott in victory lane for the first time ever for the Camping World Truck Series in Canada.